Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. WWE CCO Triple H tied the knot with former chairwoman Stephanie McMahon 21 years ago. Meanwhile, a WWE veteran recently claimed the marriage had a negative effect on the McMahon family. The game and the billion-dollar princess love affair began while they worked together on a storyline in late 1999 and early 2000. While they became an on-screen couple, they also started dating in real life. Although they split a few times for different reasons, including Vince McMahon not being okay with their relationship, Triple H and Stephanie eventually got back together and ended up starting a family. In a recent interview on Café de Renee, former interim Raw general manager Jonathan Coachman talked about Triple H and Stephanie's marriage, pointing out that Shane McMahon might have been unhappy about it. The coach also claimed the marriage segregated the McMahon family, and, again, I don't know how Shane feels about it, but I'm saying that I've always felt that, and a lot of people backstage. I mean, everybody talked about it because it was a thing. They were in a storyline, and then it turned into a real-life love affair, and they're still together to this day, so good for them. But I think that really segregated the McMahon family because Vince had to deal with it because Triple H was one of the biggest stars he had at the time, and ultimately, you've seen it all play out over the last 20 years, he said. 38:55 39:25. What did Shane McMahon say about his sister's relationship with WWE CCO? In an interview with WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley on the Tell All podcast several years ago, Shane McMahon addressed the rumors suggesting he was unhappy with his sister's relationship with Triple H. Shane O'Mac disclosed that the one thing that did not sit well with him was that Stephanie and the gang kept their romance from him for a while. At first it was, as long as they're gonna be happy, that's all I really care about. It was more old school back in the day, especially the boss daughter. You don't ever date a talent at that point, because there was separation. At that time it was church and state, or office and the boys, if you will. So there's a lot of old school stuff in there. The thing that didn't sit well with me is that it was kept from me for a while, so that didn't feel good, he said. In his interview with Café de Renee, Jonathan Coachman also discussed the possibility of Shane McMahon starting a new wrestling company with the help of his father after leaving WWE. It would be interesting to see if that would happen. The world of professional wrestling has never been short on drama, both inside and outside the ring. But when a WWE veteran makes a massive claim about the marriage of two of the most influential people in the industry, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, fans take notice. The power couple, who have shaped WWE's future for decades, have always kept their personal lives relatively private. But this new revelation has the potential to shake the WWE universe to its core. The veteran's bold claim it all started with a podcast episode hosted by a former WWE legend known for never pulling punches, Mark Calloway, better known to the wrestling world as The Undertaker. Though typically guarded when it comes to his colleagues' private lives, Calloway invited a special guest for the episode, another retired veteran, who had a long history with both Triple H and Stephanie. Road Dogg Jesse James. Road Dogg, a longtime friend and tag team partner of Triple H from their days in D-Generation X, claimed to have insider knowledge about the power dynamics within Triple H and Stephanie's marriage. Road Dogg's statement was simple but incendiary: Hunter and Steph, they're not what people think they are. It's not as perfect as it seems. Behind the scenes, there's tension, more than anyone knows. I've been in the business long enough to see the cracks. Fans, shocked by the claim, began speculating immediately. Road Dogg had been close to the McMahon-Helmsley power couple for years, having spent significant time working alongside Triple H both in the ring and behind the scenes in WWE's creative team. His words carried weight. What could this mean for WWE? In the wrestling industry, personal relationships often bleed into the business side of things, and for Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, their partnership has played a significant role in shaping the current WWE product. If their marriage is truly in trouble, it could have huge ramifications for the company's future direction. For one, Triple H's role as WWE's chief content officer and the mastermind behind much of the creative storytelling could be impacted. If tensions between him and Stephanie are indeed rising, it may result in changes to WWE's leadership structure. Stephanie McMahon, who has held numerous roles in WWE's corporate structure, including Chief Brand Officer and most recently Interim CEO, has always been an integral part of the company's public image. Rumors started swirling that this supposed tension might be affecting Triple H's booking decisions on Raw and SmackDown. Fans online began to connect the dots, pointing out certain moments over the past few months that seemed to indicate something might be wrong. In particular, there was growing concern about Triple H's apparent shift in booking strategy, including decisions that had baffled both fans and insiders alike. A major example of this was the sudden push of lesser-known talent at the expense of established stars. Some speculated that Triple H was distracted by personal issues, leading to inconsistencies in the product. Others theorized that the tension between him and Stephanie might be causing creative clashes behind the scenes, affecting the overall direction of the shows. Stephanie McMahon's silence while Road Dogg's comments ignited a firestorm in the wrestling community. One notable person remained silent throughout: Stephanie McMahon. Normally quick to address rumors about the McMahon family or the WWE, Stephanie had not issued any statement or appeared publicly to either confirm or deny the claims. This silence only fueled the speculation further. Sources within WWE suggested that Stephanie had taken a step back from day-to-day operations, which added more fuel to the rumors. Some believed that this was a sign of marital strain, while others speculated that Stephanie was simply focusing on other ventures outside of WWE. However, her absence was undeniable, and many began to wonder if there was more to the story than met the eye. The role of Vince McMahon in the midst of all the rumors: one person who couldn't be ignored was Vince McMahon, the patriarch of the McMahon family and the man who built WWE into the global juggernaut it is today. Vince had always been protective of his daughter, and his relationship with Triple H had been complicated at times, to say the least. Though Vince had retired following a series of scandals earlier in the year, some wondered if he would reassert himself in WWE's decision-making if trouble between Stephanie and Triple H became a bigger issue. Vince's potential involvement could change everything, especially considering his strong influence over the company's direction and creative decisions for decades. Would Vince take Stephanie's side in a potential fallout, or would he try to mediate between his daughter and son-in-law? Fans began to speculate that Vince's possible return to a more active role could cause additional drama within the McMahon family. The backstage atmosphere. As the rumors continued to spread, the backstage atmosphere in WWE grew increasingly tense. Wrestlers and employees were reportedly walking on eggshells, unsure of what the future held. There were whispers that Triple H's focus had shifted, causing some friction between him and the locker room. Several top stars, including Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, had reportedly voiced concerns about the direction of their storylines, with some believing that Triple H's personal issues were influencing his professional decisions. One WWE insider, speaking under the condition of anonymity, revealed, "There's a lot of uncertainty right now. We don't know what's going on between Hunter and Steph, but if it's as bad as people say, it could change everything. Morale is low, and people are worried about what comes next." Road Dogg's motivation. While some took Road Dogg's claims at face value, others questioned his motives. Was he genuinely concerned about his friend's marriage, or was this a calculated move to grab the spotlight? Road Dogg had always been known as a straight shooter, but even his closest allies were puzzled by the timing of his remarks. Some speculated that Road Dogg might have his own agenda, perhaps aiming to stir the pot as WWE continued to undergo significant changes in the post-Vince McMahon era. Regardless of his motivation, his comments had succeeded in creating waves throughout the wrestling world. The future of Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. As fans and insiders alike continued to debate the validity of Road Dogg's claims, one thing was clear: the future of WWE could be profoundly impacted by whatever was going on between Triple H and Stephanie. Their marriage, long considered the foundation of WWE's leadership, was now under scrutiny like never before. Whether or not Road Dogg's claims held any truth, the story had already taken on a life of its own. With both Triple H and Stephanie remaining silent, the WWE Universe was left to speculate on what the future held for the power couple and for WWE itself.